Hi there, it's Alan Southgate here again. This is the third and final video in my series on jazz, an introduction to jazz. And in this one we're going to do more practical stuff. We are going to focus on using our makeshift drums. Mine is a plastic washing up bowl with two brushes. You'll see that in a minute. You might have heard that already on the CD as well. And then after that we are going to have a go at doing some lyric writing and try and come up with our own melodies and sing over a sort of traditional jazz chord sequence. One that you've already heard actually, I think in video number 2, but we'll come to that later. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying these series of videos. I've very much enjoyed making them. And if you're interested, you can find me on social media, on Facebook. If you look up Al Southgate, you'll find my music page. And you can hear my music at alsouthgate.bandcamp.com as well. I think those links will be put somewhere else, in some text somewhere, on the blog or in the notes where these videos end up. So without any further ado, let's get our makeshift drums out and do some playing. Right, here I am with my makeshift drum. It's a nice plastic washing up bowl. I've got my two brushes, both washing up brushes, one slightly bigger than the other. This is what we're going to use to play the swing rhythm. So I hope you've managed to find something similar. And remember, it could be anything. It could have been toothbrushes, could have been like paint brushes or anything like that. Or if you haven't got brushes, it could just be sticks. Doesn't particularly matter. We'll be able to do the same thing. Or even you could even just use your hands if nothing else. But yeah, let's crack on and make some nice sounds. Okay, the first thing we're going to do with our drums, hopefully you've got something that can just fit on your lap, that you can support in some way on your legs. I've got my two brushes. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do together is just using both the brushes together, or if you prefer, you can just use one hand or the other. We're just going to play a pulse together. So I'm going to count to 4, and after 4 we're just going to play our pulse. Now I'm going to use both my brushes at the same time for this. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you play along. Nice and simple. Very nice. So now what we're going to do is just the underpants rhythm, and for this one I'm just going to use I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to use my right hand. So I'm going to count to 4, and then it will be underpants, underpants, like that. So you can play along with me with that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. So there's one other thing that drummers often do with in jazz, is that they use the brush to sort of stir on the drum itself. So it's really, really simple. So they normally use their left hand if they're right-handed. So I'm just going to get the other brush and I'm just going to scrape it on the top of my bowl. That's kind of a strange sound, but if you do it while you're thinking about the pulse, then it sort of makes a bit more sense. You can speed up and slow down a bit in time with the music. So I'm going to count to 4, and I'm going to carry on counting 4 while we go round in circles on the drum. That's a very sort of jazzy sound. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, just one more thing we're going to do. We can do the circle, and if you can use your other hand just to tap the drum as well. So when I move around like this, I might tap here, and when the brush moves around like that, I might tap on the other side. So this is something you can have a go at. You could give it a try. It's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. But all I'm going to do is just play the 1 and the 3 out of 4 with my right hand, and just kind of try and avoid bashing into my other brush at the same time. So have a go at this if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to bring the other brush in now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to have a go at doing a little bit of songwriting. I've got a pad and a pen here, and earlier on I went out with my camera while I was going on my hourly exercise, my daily hour of exercise, and I went around my local area just taking some film, and I edited together a little 1-minute film to use as inspiration for our lyrics. So what I suggest you do in a moment, when the clip starts, if you stop the video now, go and get yourself a pen and paper, and then when you come back and the video starts, just write about what you're seeing and the thoughts and feelings you might be having, or anything. It could just be a list of the different things that you see in the film, or as I say, it could be something a little bit more poetic. It doesn't really matter, and it doesn't have to be like song lyrics straight away. So my plan is, in a moment, I'm going to go through the same process, and I'm just going to do some writing, and then from that writing I'm going to try and draw out interesting ideas, or even take the writing that I've done exactly as it is, if it seems to work, and use that to construct a couple of verses. And we're going to use a typical jazz chord progression and try and create a melody and get the words to fit over the top. So in just a moment the video will play, and then after that I'll come back and we'll have a look at different ways of generating the melody, and I'll sing you what I came up with, and then there'll be another bit of music without me singing where you can try out your own lyrics at the end, and that will bring us to the end of the third video. Okay, so, excuse me, the chord progression we're using goes like this. I'll play it again. And that all sounds fairly sophisticated. There's some interesting things going on there. Hopefully you'll be able to weave a melody over the top. The more you listen to those chords, so it might take you a few goes before you get used to it, but the more you listen to them, the more you'll be able to anticipate what's coming next with the music, and you'll be able to change your melody so as it fits in quite nicely. So what I'm going to do now is improvise just off the top of my head some melodic ideas, just to give you an idea of the kind of things that you can do. Okay. Do one more. Da 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 da. Okay, well, after I watched the video a couple of times, and I wrote down a few impressions, and then after having played around with melodic ideas, I was able to figure out how to change some of the words so it fit in with the phrasing of what I wanted to sing. But I came up with these lyrics. I'll just read them out and then I will sing them. So I came up with, and you'll see how it fits in with the video. I passed the children's playground, but it's empty, in spite of the beautiful day. I walk up the old hill, then down by the river. From the fallen stone comes the hope of spring. So, in a way, that's the start of a song, and it's just based on watching the video. I mean, obviously I could expand on that quite a lot, but these words fit over 2 times round the chord progression. So I will sing what I've got, and hopefully that'll give you some ideas or some pointers if you're not quite sure about how you can fit your words in over those chords. And then after that, to finish the video, I'll just play, there'll just be a clip of me playing these chords round and round and round, which obviously you can rewind and listen to as many times as you like. But I really hope you've enjoyed these videos. I've certainly enjoyed making them, as I said earlier, and I'd love to hear your feedback. There'll be details of how you can get hold of me, or at the very least Creative Arts East will pass on any feedback to me. And yeah, I really hope to meet you in person sometime soon. So here's my little bit, the start of a song, maybe the first verse. I almost forgot. Because we're going to do some singing, it'd be a good idea just to gently warm our voices up. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of the warm-up that was in the pack that you would have received in the post. So what we're going to do, just to get our voices ready to sing our songs, we're just going to put our lips gently together, so without clamping our jaws. So keep our jaws a bit loose but our lips together. And we're just going to hum. And while we do that, while we hum, we're just going to make fists and we're just going to gently massage our vocal cords. And we can continue to hum while we just give ourselves a nice face massage, which always feels rather lovely. So we'll carry on humming to keep those vocal cords warming up. And I'm just going to go around, starting with the jaw, going up into the temples and around the back of the head. Just massaging gently. And then actually do some face, we'll perhaps tap on the face. So. And we can begin to siren with our voices while we hum. You can carry on doing that for as long as you like until you feel that your voice is nice and warmed up and ready to tackle some proper singing. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4.